back from the top. All right, here we go. Man, just when you thought we were going to coast into the All-Star break, these New York Knicks had one more cardiac affair in store for the heartstrings. The Knicks at the Garden taking on Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks. Hey, this one started out great. The big bodega, Captain Clutch, Jalen Brunson, pick it up where they left off, man. Completely dominating this matchup. 40-piece for Towns. Brunson clapping back at Dyson Daniels. It looked like we were headed for a bum night. But one thing the Knicks took with them from the trip to Indiana was that woeful defense, allowing the Hawks to get back into this game in tandem with boneheaded plays. They haven't been able to inbound the ball since 2015. And before you knew it, this one was going into overtime. But thankfully, they don't call him Captain Clutch for nothing. Jalen Brunson saving the Knicks from embarrassment. And the Knicks escape with a 149-148 victory over the Atlanta Hawks. We got to talk about it, man. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't gritty. It was damn right ugly. But let's talk about it, man. Call us up on the KFTV Discord, CP the Franchise, Alex Rotaro's on the ones and twos. What was that?
That's a good question. What was that is a really good question. And I'll say this. If you were going to really go through with that, it wasn't pretty.
Nah.
It was gritty. It wasn't pretty, but
no.
it was gritty. I was like,
you know, I can't lie to the people.
That phrase has no bounds.
No, you know I can't lie to the people, man. This was a downright debacle. You know, I'm laying around. I'm laying up. I got the robe on. You know, I'm just chilling, man. I thought this was going to be a chill night. You know, I thought this was just going to be a chill night, man. Bodega's killing. I'm like, wow, Bodega, you're doing the thing. 40 points back to back. I thought we were going to talk about that. Brunson and Dyson, you know, he seems to play up to that matchup. This defense is an abomination, bro.
Awful. Truly awful.
This defense.
There's no sugarcoating what this defense is, man.
And then when you combine it with the fact that these guys were clearly trying to just, you know, this was last day of school type of thing. Trying to get to summer. You know what I mean? They're trying to get to vacation. Half these guys got their tickets booked. They're on the first flight out smoking. But you got to finish the game. You got to finish the game. And so before you knew it, bro, I'm going from chilling in the robe to flashbacks. Reggie, 9 points, 8 seconds. Luka Doncic, off the backboard, off the free throw line. Like, I'm getting those type of crash out. We're about to blow this thing in royal fashion and be the laughing stock of the league. Because with 6 seconds left, here comes Georges Niang with the three. Up, Karl Anthony Towns. Here you go, Dyson Daniels. Oh, by the way, let's foul him, put him to the free throw line. Oh, can't get the rebound. Here we go, Okongwu to Daniels to Trae Young. Josh Hart wants to play crash dummy. Let's put him to the free throw line. Before you know it, we're going into overtime.
You know how quick this whole thing could have turned around for Karl Anthony Towns? First of all, we easily could have praised the man. And look, he still put up 40-plus points tonight. You know what I mean? Or what was it, 40 on the dot? He had 40 on the dot. He had 44 points tonight. He had 44 points tonight. It could have been easy celebrations. Look at this. Back-to-back, you put up 40 points. You get double-doubles. In crazy fashion. If we had lost in that fashion where not only did you turn the ball over to Dyson Daniels, and then you can't get the rebound where it's supposed to be like almost a gimme that if the opposing team's taking the free throw shot, you're supposed to really get it. It's supposed to be like kind of like that. You know what I mean? If that was how we're going to be losing this game, it's just like it erases everything. It would have gone into that game where Julius Randle put up 50 points on the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
That's where this game was about to go for Karl Anthony Towns, man. Yeah, because it would have been at his own detriment, right? But thankfully, we don't have to go that route. We do not have to go that route at all. The Knicks win. A win is a win. We'll take it. But my God, this defense has to change. My God, this defense has to change.
Man, you know, I'm still just trying to gather my thoughts here, man. This was like, this really could have been the most demoralizing, embarrassing loss. It was to the point where I was just like, I'm ready, man. Just go ahead, Trey. You want to pull up from half court and end it, take the bow, roll the dice. I was ready for it, man. I was ready for it because these guys did their best to hand the game over, man. It was that bad.
See, if I had to watch Trey or even Georges Niang, between those two, one of them knocked down the minivan, yes.
Yeah.
If I had to watch one of those guys, and look, he had a clean look from three. If I had to watch one of those two guys, I think I would have lost it, man. I would have just came into the show very angry, very hot. Thankfully, once again, that is not the direction we have to go with this team. But the biggest thing, man, defense. Defense has to change. Hopefully Mitchell Robinson, the return of OG Anunoby, Miles McBride, whenever he gets back, goes out due to injured ribs tonight.
Yeah.
So getting all those guys back will clearly help this defense. I get it. Last game, it's a long season. As you mentioned, it's like last day of school. You're ready to go out into the break. And hey, it seems like it's going to be a nice, easy, cruiseful night. You know what I mean? These guys were just doing whatever. The Hawks couldn't buy a bucket in the first half, man. They were at one point, I was like, are they, what's really hard? It's like, it's hard to get a 0 on a test. It felt like that's how the Hawks were playing. Like they were trying to get a 0 because they were missing everything in point blank range against the Knicks tonight. But I just get back to the defense, man. Like I know it's middling, but it's damn near alarming where you have the Hawks missing shots. They don't even really they didn't shoot that well tonight. They made up for it in the good second half for them, but the fact that they were able to get back into this game, alarming, man. Because if you want to just take it to another level and be a championship contender team, we talk about needing a top 10 defense on the regular. Tonight, man, we could talk about, guys being tired, shortening of a rotation, but there's just a lot of concerns, man.
Yeah,
absolutely a lot of concerns on that front.
Yeah, well, it certainly underscores the importance of OG and Mitch coming back, and especially with OG. Even with OG in there, their defense had issues, but you take him out of there, and it's even worse. On top of that, tonight, you had the Hawks being able to get so many rebounds and so many second-chance opportunities. Was that dead legs? Was that tired? But I'll give credit. That was a lot of good effort by the Hawks, who coming into this won their last 3 games, despite making the trades that they did at the trade deadline and kind of being a new team. So, they were kind of trending on the ups, and the Knicks, you got to be ready for that. But, outside of the defense, late game execution, man. This is not the last time this is going to happen. These guys got to be ready for certain situations, man. Like Karl-Anthony Towns, situational awareness, right? Like, number one, you're telegraphing your passes right to the guy. You got timeouts. Somebody you could have called timeout. You could have advanced the rock. Like, everybody just kind of just had a mental fart right there in a crunch time situation. They're not able to secure the rebound on the Dyson Daniels missed free throw. They get it over to Trae Young, and like you're playing bumper cars here, Josh Hart. You crash right into the guy. What are we doing? You got to tighten up, man.
And how many times are we really seeing Cat inbound in that situation? We're not talking about after a made basket. We're talking about, all right, we're inbounding on our side of the court, trying to run an action, trying to get a set going. Bro. It's not too often. If I was Tom Thibodeau, this is where you got to critique Tom Thibodeau. You see Cat get the ball for the inbounds. You start to see Dyson Daniels, lock it down. Mikal Bridges, call a timeout, man. The coach could have done the same thing.
We got to get it to our point guard. We got to get it to the point guard. And even in crunch time, JB had trouble handling the ball. There was so many bad turnovers, sloppy turnovers by this team. You got to tighten up in crunch time, man. Ball security. The Knicks have not been able to inbound the ball in 5 years. 5 years, bro. From Burks inbounding to, we have not been able to inbound the ball in crunch time, literally in the Tibbs era. What is going on with that, man? Study that up during the break, Tibbs. Somebody, assistant coach Mo Cheeks, he's in the second row of the coaches. Study that up. Why can't these guys inbound the ball properly? Situational awareness. These things can cost us games against better teams. It almost cost us tonight.
Be careful, CP. Be careful. People are going to ask, why are we so aggy after the win?
Bro, because, man, it's just one of those nights. It's one of those nights, man. This is against the Hawks. It's against Trae Young and those guys. I wasn't trying to go out like that before the All-Star break, man. You know? He already got the upper hand on us with the rolling of the dice. You got to come in there and finish the job. You're up by 19 points. You let them get into a groove to close out the first half. They open up the third quarter in another groove. And then before you know it, these guys got to fight, man. These guys should have been ready to hit the bench and plan for vacation. Some of these guys are going to San Fran, to the Bay. Other guys probably going to the islands. That's where their mind should have been from the bench. But you got to earn that. Instead, you let them tack on 5 more minutes of playing time. Josh Hart almost got his knees taken out almost 3 times in the overtime. I'm praying to God. I'm like, oh, my God. You saw him in the minivan almost clipped him. I said, nah, man. This is rough, man. This is brutal, man. One of those nights, man.
Brutal. Brutal is putting it lightly, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And here's why I say it's putting it lightly, because when I look at like how we closed out the game, CP, why are we going to ISO so much? This is where I go back, you know, look, we give Tom Thibodeau his praises when things go right. Got to critique him on this. We're going to way too much isolation in the closing minutes. I get Jalen Brunson is a closer, very clutch, all those things. But you legitimately had a guy who just had 44 points tonight. Do you know how many touches that he got in overtime? Do you know how many touches he got in overtime?
Yeah.
One. All right? We're talking about 1 touch in overtime. You know how many times he got the touch? How many times he got touches in the fourth quarter? 3. Like, why aren't we going to the guy that is legitimately punishing the opponent? Why are we going away from that game plan? This is the frustrating part, man, because I feel like we get into these situations where it's also self-inflicted. We know that it's self-inflicted. Defensively, it could be self-inflicted. Careless turnovers, we know that. But it's also like, if we're supposed to be a heavy, like, offensive team where that's going to be our bread and butter and that's how we're going to demolish teams and really make the mark in the league.
Yeah.
Use the guy that has been doing it throughout most of the game. Second quarter, third quarter, the guy who is just pouring in point after point after point. We just go away from him in the fourth quarter to who was making it easy for us. It's too complicated at that point, man. I just don't get why we continue to do that. And that's where I go back to Tom Thibodeau saying, hey, call a timeout, saying, what are we doing here, guys? Why are we making this thing much more complicated than it needs to be? Go get it to Karl Anthony Towns. They're not stopping this guy. He's making it look way too easy tonight. Get it to him. And like I said, I get that Jalen Brunson is a very clutch player. We know that. We've seen that for many years. But it felt like even in the last 2 minutes of the quarter where we're asking for him to go against Dyson Daniels, who was pit-pocketing him at points throughout the fourth and even in overtime, it's like, dude, maybe let's not try to play hero ball at this point. Let's get into a set. Let's run our offense. I get that Mikal Bridges wasn't playing well tonight.
I'm going the other way.
Move the rock.
I'm going the other way. I'm freezing him out, man. He almost cost us a damn game. I'm freezing him out. He had no legs. All he's going to do is sit there and chuck threes. I'm going 1-4 flat and let the captain take us home, man. That's where I'm going tonight, man. That's where I'm going in crunch time. He almost cost us a game in the fourth quarter with the boneheaded plays and the turnovers. I'm going with the captain, man. Take us home tonight, man. I'm going with the captain, man.
Dyson Daniels was picking pockets out here. What are we doing? Come on, man. You got to be real with me. You got to be real with me.
1-4 flat. End the game, JV, man. Take us home, man. Take us home.
Man.
This guy almost cost us a game with the bonehead, handing the ball over to the guy, man, and then fouling him.
Bruh.
Let me give it to the adult in the room. Give it to the captain, man, and get out the way, man. Take us home, man. Of course, put 5 more minutes on the clock.
This whole conversation would be going in a whole totally different way if somebody got the steal. You know that, right?
I'm with you, though. Like, yeah, I was looking for a little bit of variety in the fourth quarter, especially when Brunson did. Dyson Daniels did pick his pockets. So that was a little bit of a concern. Also, not getting Bridges involved when he's got Trae Young guarding him. I thought that was a bit short-sighted. But, look, man, Brunson has delivered a lot in the clutch for us, man. Like, I can't really, really hate it that much. And he got the job done.
Look, you got the job done when it's all said, right? I'm just saying we could have prevented that having to get to that point if we continued to roll with the offense that was working. And look, the ball movement wasn't necessarily great tonight. I mean, were we under 30 assists tonight?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like we were under 30 assists. I didn't even fully look at the numbers yet. But if that's the case, 28. No, not 28. Sorry. Where is it? I was right. 28. 28 assists. We had 28 assists tonight.
Yeah.
I didn't think the ball movement was that great, honestly. Most of the reason why the Knicks were up so heavy was because Karl-Anthony Towns was just punishing everything that the Hawks tried. They kept trying to put a smaller defender saying, hey, we see a Drew Holiday can, throw things off for this guy. Let's try doing the same thing. Wasn't working for the Hawks. And so he was able to take advantage of that mismatch. Go to the guy that has been doing it, man. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. And next thing you know, instead of tacking on another 5 minutes to these guys who are already playing a lot of minutes, could have probably been solved a little bit sooner, man. That's all I'm saying. Look, you look at this. You look at this tonight. Precious playing 42 minutes. Josh Hart playing 46. Cat playing 47. Bridges playing 43. Brunson playing 43. I mean, come on, man. Did we really need to get to this point?
If he plays some goddamn defense, no. That's the problem. It was a shootout. It was the legit meaning of a shootout. You got to play some defense, man. You got to play some defense. Even without OG, without Mitch, without Deuce. This was just Matador D Central, man. Hawks, they were missing. They had no Jalen Johnson. Bogdanovich got traded. Reese Shaw, he's been hot. He's been heating up. The rookie, number 1 pick, he's been playing well. Trae is Trae. But, the Hawks, they use their effort to stay in this game. You got to tighten up, man. Play some defense, man. Play with some pride.
Where's Clint Capella? Did he get traded? No, he's out.
I guess he was hurt, right? So Clint Capella wasn't there. So they were down quite a few guys. They had the guy, the other wing from Czech Republic. He was out. So they had a lot of guys out, man. I thought they willed their way to this one and still dropped 140 on us. That should be telling. I'm just saying. 149, 148 to get the win in overtime. Hit us up on the KFTV Discord, man. Let us know how you guys are feeling. I'm going to load some people up on the KFTV Discord. CP and Alex on the ones and twos. Shout out. Oh, we got to shout him out, man. We got to shout out the Rhyme Animal Chuck D, man. $10 super chat. He was right there in Celebrity Row representing for KFTV Nation, man. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal Chuck D, man. Was rocking the cap, sitting next to Spike in the celebrity seats, and saw a cardiac affair in the front row. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal. He left a super chat that said, let me just read this real quick. The super chat says, game was a textbook of how not to win a basketball game. The details were glaring. Trae was nearly 40 and 20. Almost 40 and 20 for Trae Young tonight, man. Almost 40 and 20, bro. Yeah. Unbelievable, man. But now, definitely shout out to the Rhyme Animal Chuck D, man. We was definitely on the map in there representing heavy, and we appreciate him as always, man.
Absolutely, man. Throw a hashtag PE into the
Throw
chat.
Throw a hashtag PE in the chat, man. Yeah. That's a fact, man. We in there heavy, man. Black History Month, Al. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Let's go. Salute to the Rhyme Animal, man. Celebrity Row.
I'm looking for Chuck's comment in the chat. He was, I'm just paraphrasing here, but I think he also said just watching this defense was painful. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I mean, look, clearly, yes, second night of a back-to-back. They're trying to get to All-Star. All of that is true and valid. It's like, damn, I mean, you almost lost the game because of it. So that's just the reality of it. Okay, let's get to some people. We'll shout out some more Super Chats. Let's get to the people, man. Pops the legend. Pops, how you feeling, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, man. How you feeling, bro?
Hey, I'm doing fine. Wow, I don't even know where to start, but I guess this could be the best psychological test to see whether you see the glass half full.
Yeah.
Knicks 9-2. One of the best records heading to the All-Star game. Towns 2 games 40 plus. Brunson another game winner. And then you have the glass half empty where just watch this game. And I know my son is super happy, but he couldn't stand being next to me complaining throughout the whole game. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, look, I think for me, man, like, glass is definitely still half full because I mentioned it on today's Bleacher Report show. Like, this team, until this team gets to full strength, you won't know what the defensive potential is. What we do know is without those two guys, these guys aren't going anywhere. So it just goes to show how critical both OG and Mitch are to the success of this team this season. They got to get these guys back. Now, OG is supposed to come back right after the All-Star break. Mitch, we'll see what's up, but they're certainly trending in the right direction.
Well, I hope so. Maybe they can actually open up the defensive playbook after the All-Star break, because I know everybody did not read that book this season so far.
Yeah. Well, look, man, everybody's not a strong defender. You know that Cat and Brunson are always going to be the guys that get targeted the most, and things kind of break down from there. So just got to hope these guys come back and are able to help, because without it, they certainly won't be a championship caliber team with that type of defense, man. Appreciate the call, Pops. The Knicks Fix on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
CP, Alex, what up? You guys can hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. How you feeling, bro?
What up?
What's going on? What did I just watch? What I watched tonight? Yo,
are you not entertained?
Guys, when that shot went up tonight, when the Yang shot went up tonight, you know what I was thinking? I should have kept a counter of how many times Cat yells out, "Oh my God," on defense. That's all he does every night. Oh my God. That's all I hear on defense every night, bro. Yo. I'm just gonna I would give you guys 5 quick points tonight, right? That's the main thing. That's the main thing on defense is, oh my God. That's the whole defensive plan from Cat.
Oh,
but let me just give you. I'm gonna quick fire this tonight. But first thing first, Tibbs not calling a play. Not setting a pick. Let Trae Young or Niang switch to guard JB. Why is he isoing on Daniels? The last game we played against Atlanta, they was force feeding that rock to McHale, and he was cooking Trae Young. So what were we doing tonight? The second thing was, you said it earlier, CP. Tibbs not calling a timeout, right? Where Cat was inbounding the ball. Like, come on, Tibbs. Like, you gotta be smarter than that. The third thing was, our out of bounds plays, right? If we don't inbound up, we have one option on the out of bound plays. And when that option don't develop, we're screwed. We either take a 5-second or we got to take a timeout. The end of game plays. I don't know if you guys caught this. This is the fourth point I wanted to make. The formation. It was 2.9 seconds left on the clock. Mm-hmm. I watch these games with my pops, and I was telling him, JB is coming off the curl, and he's gonna spot up on that corner for the left corner 3. And he said, "How'd you know that?" I was like, "It's the same formation we did against the Brooklyn Nets. It's the same formation." Yeah. So if I can see that, how come I'm sure Atlanta sees it? Like, Tibbs don't have any other plays, you know what I mean? And then the last thing is, Cat is getting manhandled, bro. Like, Okongwu just moved this dude out the paint and took the board away on that missed free throw. Yeah. His defense,
It's effort. It's just effort, man.
It's just effort. Like, what it comes down to is this. The team, the IQ, the defense is, dude, we miss Devo and we miss iHeart. Because those dudes had a IQ of the game, right? Like what they lacked in talent, they made up for, and we miss them. But I cannot wait for OG and Mitch to come back, because the defense is gonna change. Like, the defense, Mitch is gonna clog up that paint. OG is gonna help out on the weak side. But anyway, man, I gotta shout out a couple of guys because they watch you every night. Yeah. So shout out Knicks Tape group chat. Shout out Jojo, D Money, Search Night, Dan the Man. But I'm gonna lose it tonight. Listen, I'm gonna sign off with this, fellas. Oh my God. Later, guys. Have a good one.
That's it. He got me rolling with that, man. The Cat, oh my God, is legendary, man. between getting fouled or yeah.
Oh. He's always like putting his hands up like, yo, foul, foul. It's like, damn.
The cat, oh my God, is so legendary. I think that's what hurts his transition defense so bad because he's got to get that energy out, man.
He's always
man.
amazed at one thing or another, either not getting the call or someone being left wide open.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? In credit to him, like I was saying on the Bleacher Report show, if his offense wasn't so damn good, nights like this would be even worse. But tonight he was fantastic again on the offensive side. 44 points, another night with 40+. I think he joined Melo, Bernard King, a couple other Knicks. Patrick Ewing as the first Knicks to do so. It's 14 of 25, 7 of 10 from downtown. We were worried about the thumb injury, but man, it just seemed like every time he let it fly, especially in those first 3 quarters, every time he let it fly, it was cash money. He had about 18 in the second quarter, went on a 15-0 run by himself in the second quarter, went on a 12-0 run by himself in the third quarter. So, hey, offensively, man, this was good to see. And also just being able to bully smaller defenders, smaller opponents. You had to like that with Karl Anthony Towns tonight, man. Great job on the offensive side.
Dude, and he continues to demonstrate just the versatility of his game and how efficient he is, right? I mean, going 14 of 25 tonight, shooting 56% from the field, 70% from downtown. He went 7 for 10, CP. 7 for 10, and then obviously going 9 for 11 from the free throw line. Getting you 44 points, 10 boards, 3 assists. Probably could have had a few more assists if guys were, hitting their shots. But look, man, this is why they traded for him. They wanted an efficient offensive player. They wanted to know that almost like, 99.9% of the time you're going to get something like this from him. Not necessarily 44 points every single night, but when he is out there scoring, is damn near efficient, and you can count on that. And so for Cat, look, this is just who he is, man. We've seen this. This is who he's been throughout most of the league. I think the one thing I keep coming back to is that he's showing that he's willing to be more physical in the paint than he has been in years past, especially out in Minnesota. And look, you're going to need that, especially when you play against tougher teams in the postseason, because it's going to get more physical. And he's got to get used to not crying for the foul calls. I'm just going to be honest, man, because you're not going to get all these foul calls in the postseason, right?
Yeah.
Screaming to the rest isn't going to do anything. So I think that's the one thing I'd ask from him is just focus in on the game, man. You're not going to get every single call. I know he's getting mauled out there for the most part, but still, you got to play through the contact and just stay locked in, man. Those moments where you're arguing with the ref, that's you getting a rebound, that's you getting back on defense, that's you just staying locked into the game. And you don't want to, in the postseason, you just don't want to give your opponent any opportunities where you're not fully engaged.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Starberry. Starberry's vibing with the IG chat. Shout out to Stephon Marbury. He says, listen, man, sometimes you got to win ugly games. But he said the Brunson burner, was on fire. Said, hey, they played a back-to-back. We'll definitely give them that. And they made tired mistakes. That was clear. That was very clear and evident. But as he says, he's looking on the positive side. Best record in 28 years at the All-Star break. Best record in 28 years. So, got to give him that. On the flip side,
Mm-hmm.
So,
and look, you won a tough game. Second night of a back-to-back. You came back from Indiana, so you had to travel, limited rest, got out there, and you played against a scrappy team. This team, look, the Hawks have been giving us problems all year long, and it was not any different tonight. So, solid win for the Knicks.
Solid win. We got over 2,000 people on the check-in. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. As that guy, the Knicks Fix, said, he shouted out his group chat. You guys at home, if you got a group chat, throw this in there, man. Share this link in the group chat. Let them know about the #1 show for the fans, by the fans. CP the Franchise, Al Shataros on the ones and twos. Shout out to Gerson Rodriguez, $25 super chat. Says, wait, didn't Cat score 44 points? I'll take the 44 over the bad pass every night. Well, if the bad pass leads to an untimely loss, 44 don't really matter. He says, but we won. What is the difference between winning by 1 and winning by 20? Well, the difference is, yes, they won, right? You always take the win. All that is good. but also you don't want to see like bad habits in crunch time. You want to see them being able to execute in crunch time. In crisp inbounds, late game situations. That timeout, hey, okay, maybe Towns was tired on the second night of a back-to-back mentally, but hey, Tibbs is a coach right there. Call timeout, bail your guys out. You know, that's all hands on deck situational basketball, situational awareness, right? Defensively, hey, yes, we know that OG and Mitch have to come back to help this team defensively. What if they don't come back? What if they come back and they have setbacks? So you don't want to just see this team just letting go of the rope. They gave up 140 some odd points to a Hawks team that is a different team. They got guys down with injury, so on and so forth. You still want to tighten up.
Shouldn't that even bother the Knicks even more if you think about it? I mean, think about the Knicks early in the season where it's like, these guys need time to gel. These guys need time to gel. This Hawks team was just put together. Like, you know, you're missing guys. You just trade for guys. And you don't have Jalen Johnson. He's out for the season. So your lineup now is Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Ricochet, Gouye, and Okongwu. You don't have Clint Capella in there, right? You don't have Bogey, right? And so Karis LeVert is now coming in here after what? A few games playing with the Hawks, and they put up 140 on you? I'd be a little aggravated, man. I'd be a little aggravated. I think the Knicks should have a little bit more higher standards against a team that, one, was shooting poorly in the first half, and then two, you know, you add these many pieces, these guys were missing a lot of changes for this team. Giving up 140 isn't something to be like, you know, just to walk away from being like, it's all right. We'll get him next time.
Shout out Jay from PR. Jay from PR says, replay gang. Shout out to the replay gang. Everybody catching up who couldn't make tonight's live show. CL Kenrick out $5 Super Chats says, cardiac Nick win. I felt like Brunson was locked down by Daniels, but still scored on when it mattered. Cat 44 points, a back-to-back 40 games. I love it. Yeah, you know, I was talking about that today on the Bleacher Report show, especially with Brunson. And you see a tough matchup, a tough defender like a Dyson Daniels. And here it is. He gets a game winner over him. Drops 36 and 8 on his head. And the last game, MLK game, wasn't so peaceful for Dyson Daniels when it came to Jalen Brunson, right? So 13 and 21 from the field for Brunson, 8 dimes, 36 points. Like, that is what you want to see from your top dog, especially when it comes to going up against one of the best defenders or rising defenders in the league. Because, like, playoff time, that's what it's going to be, man. They're going to put their tough wings on you. And so for Brunson, when he gets his spots and when he's on, it's a problem for you. That's what we come to expect from Captain Clutch. He had a great night tonight, man.
I would say that Dyson Daniels is like one of the premier perimeter defenders out there, man. His switchability, I mean, this is what coming through the G League, was one of the enticing factors about him coming up through the draft is that, all right, defensively, he can be there just because he's switchable. And you're seeing problems that he's caused for Jalen Brunson earlier in the season. And so, one, Jalen Brunson's like a computer, man. After he sees you a few times, he's like, I know what your tendencies are. I know where to get to now. And you just see how he's able to get comfortable, get to his spots, knock down shots. Love it, man. I mean, I'm trying to look up all the past outings against Dyson Daniels and just get more of an accurate read to see what they like, how he's performed. But those matchups, man, especially the first two, like, there was nothing to write home about. Brunson struggled against him immensely. Like, you had to rely on somebody else, and the Hawks got those 2 games because Brunson couldn't get into rhythm. So great to see that Brunson was able to figure out a premier perimeter defender like Dyson Daniels, because moving forward, that should give you confidence that what we saw beginning of the season, maybe, now we can now start to turn the page on Brunson, not having to worry about Brunson being impacted by these type of wing defenders. So, look, we all know Brunson knows how to figure things out. He never has two back-to-back bad games, but to do this against Dyson Daniels, who, look, even in the fourth quarter and overtime, he was picking pockets, man. He still caused, Brunson to get a little frustrated, stopped him on some possessions, caused a turnover. Dyson Daniels is no slouch.
Yeah.
So kudos to Jalen Brunson for figuring things out.
Yep. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel, man. You guys know what it is. We're going to get to some more calls. Let me load up some more people on the Discord. If you guys are new in the chat, leave us a hashtag new, and we will shout you guys out. Let's shout out some more Super Chats as well that came in. Shout out to Terrence Myers, Al $5 Super Chat says, OG and Mitch Robb is needed for interior defensive rebound so the Wings can focus on perimeter defense. Absolutely. Absolutely, man, for sure. Shout out to Eddie Moore. Says, condolences to the legend Fat Joe. R.I.P. Ernesto. Yes, absolutely. Shout out to Joe Crack. His father had passed away, man, so we definitely send condolences to the Cartagena family. Cartagena family. Shout out to Fat Joe. Lord Steven Stone. Franchise channel member out $5 Super Chat says, a win is a win. He says, I wasn't a fan of McCall game today. He could have done better. Hopefully the rest will help him. Hope McBride recovers. OG and Mitch soon. Yeah, McBride went out with the rib contusion. You know, look, McCall, he got the defense in when he needed to, got the stops when he needed to. Yeah, you were looking for a little bit more offense. They could have fed him a little bit more as well. One of those nights, man. Brunson and Cat did enough to carry the offense. You just needed more defense tonight, man.
Look, I think everyone's going to remember the last shot that Bridges took, which was that baseline mid-range jumper where it's like, oh, you could have sealed the game there. Could have helped. But look, man, he's just still trying to figure it out, I guess, right? I guess that's the best way to put it. Like, we saw a solid, months of December and January, but he's trying to figure out how to be that Phoenix and Brooklyn Nets Bridges for this Knicks team. And so there are moments where he's going to look great, other moments where he's not. And maybe not having OG Anunoby is really impacting him. You're taking on, you don't necessarily get the luxury of having somebody who can, if you're having a tough time, OG could switch and do just as good of a job, if not better, I should say. He would do a better job than Bridges, depending on the situation defensively. And so Bridges now is looked at as that sole top defender while OG is out. So he has more pressure in that regards. And then on top of that, you're asking him not only to give 110% effort on defense, but then to pour in some offense. It's not easy consistently on a night-to-night basis. So I know that's why they traded all these picks for him, but also just trying to navigate that while fitting in, like, where do you fit in with now Josh, who can give you some points, 20-some-odd points on any given night. It's tough for him, man. Like, I'm not worried that he won't figure it out. We've seen him figure it out.
Yeah.
But this is just kind of what it is, man, for him this season, is that he's going to have great moments and he's going to have low moments.
It's going to be one of those ones, man. But who had a great moment was the captain, Jalen Brunson, who sealed the game, got us the win. And here he was after the game with our guy Han Solo. Nice suit by Han tonight, man. Let's hear from the captain. Here we go.
Well, Jalen, of course that game would have to come down to a defensive stop, but it was made. What did it take to finally put this game away?
Stops, a couple of Tommy baskets, and then I'm glad we found a way to win.
For you, that, again, the game winner in the lane, this was not easy. That's a very good defender you're dealing with, and a very physical defense, obviously, but in that moment, are you just thinking to yourself, it's time to get to the break?
I just find a way to win. I mean, create space. I know I can make the basket, and it's simple as that. Simple as that.
This team right now at the All-Star break has its best record through 54 games in over 28 years. Assess so far what this season has been.
I mean, we've done good until this far. We have a long way to go. I'm excited to get down the stretch, man. It's going to be fun.
All right, well, thanks very much. Enjoy the All-Star break. Enjoy the All-Star game, the second one. Jalen Brunson. Well,
all right, man, that was the captain, Jalen Brunson. Sounds like he's ready to get to the break. He sounds like he's ready to get to the break. Yeah.
Brunson, there ain't no break, man. He's participating.
No break, right? So, like, you got to figure by tomorrow, he got to jump on the jet. Him and Kat got to jump on the jet, head to San Fran. Boom, Friday, they, hustling and bustling. They got media day. You got practice. You got, I'm sure they probably do a little roommates pod, live from
They got
San
a charity
Fran.
event. They always do a charity event during
Charity.
the All-Star weekend, too.
Yeah, charity. You know, maybe build a house or something. Then he got practice. Then he's got the three-point shootout. Then the game. Captain Clutch is not resting for 1 second this weekend, man.
Not you saying that they're building a house this weekend.
No, they usually do. No, for real. With the All-Star festivities, they usually do like a Habitat for Humanity type of thing where they go, you know, yeah, man. I know what I'm talking about, bro. Yeah, man.
All right.
Come on, man. Yeah. Lay some foundation down, man. That's what they do, man.
Foundation
For the
down.
people, man. Yeah. To everybody in the chat.
What you know about Habitat for Humanity?
Sayquizzy. Go ahead. Sayquizzy. Go ahead. Unmute your mic.
You can hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. How you feeling, man?
I don't even know what to say about this game.
Yeah.
I think both teams had the game mode on easy mode because everybody was scoring. It looked like an all-star game. They both, like, the points combined was 297. That is all-star numbers right there. That's crazy. But thank God we won this game because if I seen Trae Young rolling dice and then we have, like, a week off, I would have been heated. I would have been heated thinking about that until we played the Bulls or something. But thank God we won. We could relax. And Cat, this is what I need when we play Cavs in Boston after this break. Well, not the inbound pass, but the scoring, rebound, and everything else. Like, he did his thing making threes, and he usually haven't been really taking threes like that. But today he was doing his thing, and then the minivan, whoever you want to call him, what CP call him.
Minivan almost got us, man. Minivan almost got us.
Yeah. I don't know if I had powers in that moment, but when that three went up, it felt like time stopped for me. I just had flashbacks of Devin Booker making the three last year, the Nimhard three in the playoffs, the Maxey three. I was like, please don't go in. And then it didn't go in. I was happy. I was like, okay, we could go on the break safe. But that's all I really got to say.
Crazy.
Now we go watch Brunson in the All-Star game and be comfortable.
Yeah, I'll be tapped in, man. We'll definitely be tapped into the weekend. Sayquizzy, stay up, man. All right, Sayquizzy on the Discord. You know, the way this game was trending, first off, I had gotten the intel, Al. I gotten the intel that Trae and Dyson Daniels, they was out late last night in the city. So I'm like, okay, so it should be a bum night. It's a brand new team. They got guys hurt. Trae and Dyson, they out there celebrating the All-Star. You know, Trae started off the game. He's bumming it up. I'm like, hey, all right. We're trending in the right direction here. Next thing you know, the guy finished with damn near 40 points, 20 assists. Give him credit, though, man. He is who he is. He's a good player. He does deserve the All-Star bid. Rocked a jacket. He had like a little bedazzled like jean jacket that said like, hey, I'm an All-Star. I'm going to San Francisco type of thing. So, you know, congratulations to him. He had a good game, though. He had a great game tonight. He did.
You can give him all the credit. Now I'll leave that to you.
I just give credit which credit is due, man.
I'm going to be the hater, man.
Yeah.
Man's rolling dice on Madison Square Garden. No. I can't.
I can't hate on that. Shout out to Mr. J. Russ, Al franchise channel member, $10 super chat. He says, I remember when it was rare to have victory music on repeated times in a row on KFTV. Yeah, I'm loving this team. Yes, we got to tighten up. However, we have not seen what full strength looks like yet. I agree. It's a good perspective by Mr. J. Russ, man. I agree, man. I'm looking forward to when Blockness and OG come back and how that transforms this team, because I think they will, man. Playtime is over, Al, after the All-Star break. It's over.
Hey, you're in the final quarter after the All-Star break, so all systems go. It's like the final tune-up before postseason. I mean, it'll be the end of February once after the All-Star break, and next thing you know, you're in March, and you got like what, 2 weeks of April?
2 weeks of April, and it's on and popping. So it's go time now, and the schedule is going to get very tough when they get back. So it's going to get quite
Cavs
daunting.
and Celtics as soon as they return.
Cavs and Celtics. You got the Chef and Jimmy coming through. You got to go to L.A. You got to play Lakers and Clippers. You got another West Coast trip. You got to play Lakers and Clippers.
Wow, we haven't even played the Clippers yet.
Got to go to Memphis. Phoenix. Phoenix comes here. They got some work to do, man.
The implosion that is Phoenix.
Yeah. Well, hey, you gotta respect that three, man. Gotta respect Durantula crossed the 30,000 point mark. Dropped 34 last night on Memphis. Slim Reaper.
Hey,
Looking good, man.
Could be Phoenix or it could be worse. Could be Philadelphia and having PG, only getting 2 points tonight.
When no Maxey, PG, but who saved them? Our guy, Q. Dot.
Let's go, Quentin Grimes.
Let's go, Quentin Grimes. Show these boys how to get it. Did they win?
The Sixers?
No, they lost.
Nah, they lost to the
Brooklyn.
Nets, man. They lost 100 to 96.
Do they have a first-round pick? Are they in the Cooper Flag sweepstakes here?
Do they? I thought they traded their first-round picks. I'm pulling that up.
Yeah, pull that up.
Let's
Pull
see.
that up. We'll get to the key stats tonight, but we got to figure this out. It's important. Figure out what they're doing because they're certainly not making the playoffs.
Certainly, they not doing a lot of things, man.
Yeah.
Outside of making.
Well, they got to figure out if they can trade Embiid. They got to figure out. They got to trade Paul
There's
George.
no first-round pick for this season for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Wow. No first-round pick. Nasty work.
Nope.
Nasty work, man. Sheesh.
And you got PG on that contract. Oof.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, city of Philadelphia should be happy at least.
Sure.
They don't got to worry about the Sixers.
Okay, let's see, man. Let's get to the key stats of the night, Al. Both teams shooting over 50 or better from the field, man. Hawks at 50. Knicks shot 57%. Shot 42% from downtown, so good job by the Knicks getting the three-point efficiency back up. 11 for 26. Hawks shoot 36% from beyond New York. Free throws a little bit better tonight for the Knicks. 81%. They did miss 7, but the Hawks missed 11 and shoot 68% from the charity stripe. But they lost the rebounding battle, man. 47 to 39. Hawks getting 19 offensive rebounds. 13 of those came in the first half. Assist battle, 43 assists for the Hawks just 28 for the Knicks. Turnovers, they gave up 30 points off of the 18 turnovers tonight. So, a lot of those careless mistakes, as Steph said, probably from tired legs, tired brain, travel, all of that. And so they let it go tonight, man. They lost a fast break battle, 24 to 11. So they got outplayed in a lot of statistical categories. If it wasn't for Brunson and Cat's brilliance, this could have been a definitive loss. Largest lead of the night, 18 for the Knicks, 5 for the Hawks.
Looking at this game, man. Things that you look at a lot of these stats. I don't know how we came out being victors, man. I really don't. I mean, we lost the rebounding battle, lost the assist battle, we lost the turnover battle. The things that we won were just shooting. I mean, we shot better than the Hawks, 58 to 50. We shot better from three, 42 to 37. We shot better from the free throw line, 82 to 69. But like, even points to the paint, we lost that. Lost second chances, you noted. Faster, like we lost damn near all the important categories, and we still came out victorious. I don't know how this team did it, but ugly. Certainly an ugly game. But just goes to show you, on some nights, statistics don't matter, man. Yeah. Sometimes it just don't matter.
Sometimes you just got to get it done, man. Ski mask way. So those were the key stats of the night. So to everybody in the chat once again, hit that thumbs up button for your boys. CP and Alex on the ones and twos. Let me shout out one of our sponsors of the night, Al, Underdog Fantasy. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com or use the Underdog app and use our code KFTV for up to $1,000 in bonus cash plus a free pick. On Underdog Fantasy, you can play the daily fantasy draft, where you can use to play fantasy for basketball. Football is now over. You have baseball coming up. Or you can do the pick'ems, which is you pick between 2 to 8 players and predict whether or not those players go higher or lower on a given stat category that Underdog Fantasy has on a particular player. And you can win up to 300 times your money. So once again, use the Underdog Fantasy app, use our code KFTV, and you may come out a winner. Pick 'em, win 'em, pick 'em, watch 'em, win 'em. And here's who I picked tonight. I don't know if he played tonight. You know, the Captain Clutch, Dice Daniels matchup. Put my money on Jalen Brunson tonight. I went with Jalen Brunson with higher than 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I just felt like he had a lot of time to rest after the Indiana game. Wasn't his night in Indiana last night. Came back and destroyed Dyson Daniels. He finished with 47 points, rebounds, and assists. Dallas and Golden State right now are in the fourth quarter. I got Jimmy Butler with higher than 20.5 points. He's got 19, so he just needs 2 more. And I don't know how much time is left in this game. Dallas and Golden State. He might have a chance. Or is it over? What is this game? Dallas, Golden State. Where's this game at? Oh, 34 minutes in the fourth, so he could get that. All he needs is 2 more points, and I can get that. I did take Cade Cunningham, Detroit at Chicago. I took Cade with higher than 5.5 rebounds. He finished with 5. I didn't get that, but I did a flex play. On Underdog, you can pick a standard play or you can pick a flex play. Standard is I would have had to have gotten all 3 of those picks right to get money, but I did flex where if I get 2 out of the 3 right, I can go home and get some money as well. So if Jimmy hits, I should be good to go to get some cash tonight, man. So there it is. Use code KFTV, man. Yeah. We got to get back to the drafts too, man. We didn't do a draft in a little while, man.
No, man, we need to do so. And shout out to the good people of the chat for correcting me. The Sixers do have a pick, CP, if it lands in the top 6.
Okay, there it is. Okay, interesting. Very, very, very interesting.
As of right now, according to Tankathon, they would be 6.
Wow. So they could end up with Cooper Flag after all of that. Who knows? You never know. Do it just to get there. Speaking of which, did you see him? Of course, you know, as we mentioned earlier at the top of the show, the rhyme animal Chuck D was in the building representing KFTV Nation heavy. He was out there, Celebrity Row. Him and Spike was doing the damn thing. He was there representing us. You know who else was there? Because he just couldn't stand for us to have the spotlight. You know who else was there, man.
Is it somebody that plays a musical instrument?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Sergeant Source's Robert Randolph was also in the building. I saw him. They had him out there. You know, always trying to get the shine, get the TV time. Shout out to Robert Randolph, man.
Why is he out there? Shouldn't he be getting ready for this one-on-one matchup with you?
He should. He should be practicing, studying his art. You know what I'm saying? He should be out there practicing, man. Well, shout out to him. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal, man. So this is what happened. So Rhyme Animal, man, hit me up. He called me. He's like, yo, CP, man, I'm going to the game. Spike invited me to the game. We going tonight. We at the court. I need a snap. And, you know, funnily enough, coincidentally, I had just left the crib and I had packed his box up with merch to send to, and this is funny how all the stories come together, right? Story time with CP, sponsored by KFTV.com. So he calls me up. He's like, CP, I need a snap. We going courtside, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, I'm not home, but I packed your box up and left it outside for USPS. So perfect timing. I call my USPS driver, a.k.a. fellow Knicks fan. I'm like, yo, where you at? He's like, I'm actually right in front of your crib. I had to pick up this box. I said, hold the box. Don't send the box out because the Rhyme Animal Chuck D's about to go pick it up right now. He was like, Chuck D, the rapper? I said, yeah, man, what do you think? He was like, I think I'm about to take this right now. So, true story. He jokes around. Shout out to Kenny, my guy from USPS. But, yeah, just serendipity, man. Next thing you know, we're on Celebrity Row. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal Chuck D, man. Perfect timing. And that's just it, man, you know? But you guys can get yours, man. Get your KFTV snaps at KnicksFanTV.com. We got the beanies, too. Al's is in the mail. We got the Royal Blue joints. We got the black joints. Oh, 3D embroidery. 3D embroidery on them, Al. You know what I mean? We're not playing.
Look
no
at
games
that,
on 'em.
man.
Look at that.
I can't wait.
Ooh,
Still waiting.
That orange is looking beautiful, man. On
Looking
the blue.
crispy.
Yeah. The
popping.
blacks, you know, people like the black ones though. Like a lot of the black merch goes. But I do like the blue, man. The blue with the orange is kind of crispy, man.
It's tough.
Yeah. Hang on, let me get a wardrobe change real quick. Hang on. All right, there we go. This is for the second half of the show. Second half of the show, man. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal Chuck D, man. But yeah, that was a true story, man. How dope was that story, man? That was crazy.
That is sick.
Yeah.
That's sick. Also, you know, what are the odds that the mailman's right outside your house about
Bro,
to take the box?
I kid you not. He was literally about to pick it up and ship it. And it just so happened that Chuck runs into Spike in the A at the airport. Spike was like, yo, we gotta get to the Garden tonight. And that was it. That was it.
Talk about some serendipity.
Talk about some serendipity, man. Jay from the Loop says he got his hoodie. Okay, Jay, salute. So we got the hoodies out there in St. Louis right now. Jay from the Loop rocking with us. Yeah. Let's see who this is. Okay, we got a $20 super chat, Al, from Robert Lewiston. $20 super chat. Says, happy birthday to my brother Gardy. Excellent. Number one Knicks fan in Palm Beach, Florida. The win wasn't pretty, but it was gritty. I don't know. He said it. He said it, Al. I was leaving the gritty part out of it. You know what I'm saying? He said it.
How much did you pay this guy, too? You just got endless cash to be paying people to be doing things. Calling in for Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah,
I know you. You don't want to call this game, it wasn't pretty, but it was gritty. I know you don't want to give it that moniker. So you're calling up your people. I know what you do, man. I know how you work over there.
Shout out to James.
This is where all the super chats are going nowadays, huh?
Shout out to James Betamax, $5 super chat says this game is brought to you by Life Alert. Yeah, man. It was one of those. The pacemaker.
You got a Life Alert?
I will by the playoffs. Ask me again, playoff time.
You're getting up there in age, man. I was expecting you to get Life Alert.
I'll have the KFTV, branded pacemakers on KnicksFanTV.com just for the playoffs. If you just need a little, something to get you through, holla at me. I got you, man.
DP's going to be the next commercial. Oh, no, I slipped and I have fallen. I cannot get up. With the TV in the background having a Knicks game on.
Yeah. Shout out to Little Yaz. Join the franchise channel members. Salute. Oh, somebody asked about Precious. About Precious tonight, man. We didn't really talk about Precious tonight, man. Great game by him. You saw some two big lineups tonight. 26 points in the start, 8 rebounds, 12 of 16 from the field, man. What'd you think about Precious tonight, man?
It felt like it's like if he were the support, like a fill-in actor, he did the role of OG Anunoby of like being underneath the hoop for easy dunks very well tonight, man. Every single time it was like, I felt like it was mostly Brunson, like I felt like Hart, Cat was like, everybody just found Precious somehow by himself underneath the hoop, not a defender in sight, just to get easy dunks. And then defensively, I thought he did a solid job tonight as well. I mean, against these guys, against the Hawks, these are the type of matchups I would expect for him to thrive, especially when you have Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, they're going off. So, the entire defensive effort is going to be utilized trying to stop those guys. But then when you're attracting the double and triple teams, right, it's up to them to find who's the open person. I thought they did a phenomenal job finding Precious, and Precious took advantage of all those opportunities.
Yeah, big time. Somebody in the chat said they did Precious dirty in the interviews. Oh, really? Let's hear some of these interviews. Let's get to some. I know you sent me a couple, Al, so let me pull some of those up. I know Tibbs had a few. We'll run through a couple Precious joints. All right, let's get to it.
The big sneeze,
man. Let's get to it. Let's see. Here was Here was Tibbs on the overtime, man, because this one got a little dicey. This could have been a little embarrassing. Here was Tibbs on what happened there in overtime. Here we go.
What did you, if anything, do you say to your team in a situation where you guys are up 6 with 18 seconds left, and then what happens, just to kind of get them to refocus, to not, you use the word resolve 3 or 4 times already, but just to encourage them to let them know?
Yeah, well, there's, and you talk about, like we talk about daily improvement, and we also talk about fighting to win every possession, and every possession does matter, and you don't know which possession may win or lose the game for you, right? It could be a play that happened in the first quarter where it's an extra possession and they ended up getting a 3, or you fouled a 3-point shooter, or whatever it might be. So at the end of the game, you know, there's a missed free throw. We gave up free throw rebound. We got it out of bounds. We could have called a timeout. We're trying to call a timeout. We didn't get it. We got to be emphatic. You know, I got to be on top of the official, you know, to get that done. So those are the things that, you know, you go through these things and you want to learn from them. And the good thing about today's game is the fact that we won. And I'd rather learn from winning the game than learn from losing the game. And so I think that's the biggest thing. And then in any game, there's going to be things that you do really well. I thought we had some great plays where, you know, we had double floods and guys were on the double teams, and we got easy baskets from that. And so that we can take some of that stuff, and then the things that we need to improve upon, take a hard look. This is a good chance. You know, I want our players to get away, re-energize, and refocus, and then come back, you know, to head down the stretch. But there's been a lot of fight, a lot of determination. We had to overcome. You know, we still haven't had Mitch. Precious missed a good chunk. Landry missed a good chunk. And so the big thing is to understand exactly where we are, what we have to do down the stretch here.
All right, Al. That was nice accountability from Tibbs. He admitted, hey, I should have called a timeout. Got with the official there, so he admitted that was a little miscue on his part. Talked about them regrouping, saw that he does have a mentally, physically tired group, and they want to get to the All-Star break, recharge, and come back strong, and come back at full strength. I thought that was good comments there by Tibbs. What do you think, man?
Yeah, man, accountability, you know? And look, he sees that his point guard does it, might as well do it himself, right? But look, you like hearing that the coach understands some of the setbacks that he had in this game where he could have been better, and you just want to see that this guy is able to learn, man. It's only going to get a little bit tougher, in my opinion, for Tom Thibodeau, especially when you get everybody fully healthy. Discussed it on last night's show, you know, being able to manage the various lineups and just the personnel once you get OG, Mitch, and once you get those two guys back, like, it's not going to be the same starting 5 that's closing that we saw tonight, right? And even if it was, I know Precious was in there, but if it was OG, it would have been OG instead. So Tibbs is going to have more work on his hands to just make sure that he feels the flow of the game and just is constantly locked in, knowing when he needs to interject and just keep his team, like, abreast and just being aware of what's happening in the moment, right?
Yeah.
Because while they're out there, they're just trying to execute. You know, he should be able to see the bigger picture of what's unfolding before it gets to them. So hopefully Tibbs can continue to do that and improve as the season wears on, so that way he can be ready for the postseason.
True indeed. All right, here's Precious in the locker room. Now the locker room audio, I'm gonna talk to my guys at SNY during this break, man, to get them directional microphones. You need a directional microphone to block out the ambient noise. Let's hear what the locker room sounds like. Here's Precious on his big night tonight. Let's hear what he had to say. Here we go.
The comfort level right now with this group, obviously, coming off that big game, how comfortable are you?
You know, I'm just playing my game. You know, just being out there, just trusting my game and just playing. You know, I'm playing very, very I'm in rhythm right now, so just playing within the rhythm of my game.
All right, that was Precious saying he's in rhythm. They said they clowned Precious in the postgame. Maybe we got the wrong soundbite. Somebody in the chat, give me a little heads up here. What happened there? All right, let's hear from the captain tonight on tonight's win. Here we go.
It's great to go into break on the win, no matter how we got it or what happened. I'm just happy we fought through, regardless of what we did, positive or negative. We came away with a win, and it's great to.
All right, that was the captain out. This is good perspective, you know. This is another clip. He's talking about his first meaningful game winner. Let's hear about Jalen Brunson's first meaningful game winner. Here we go.
You've been in countless situations with the opportunity to win the game, and I was just curious, do you remember like the first time you played in a meaningful game, not even college or NBA or whatever, where you had an opportunity to win the game, made the shot, missed the shot, doesn't matter. Do you remember like that earliest moment?
My sophomore year of high school, we played in a game where I didn't shoot a shot confidently to win a game, and then my dad proceeded to send me clips of NBA players shooting with confidence, make or miss at the end of the game, and then I played Proviso West Holiday Tournament my sophomore year in high school. We played Hinsdale Central, made a game winner, and that was like a week later. And so that's the first of the game winner type things. So yes, I remember.
Yeah.
Shout out to the captain, man. Anything on that, Al?
Hey, it's nice that he has a moment, and I think you take those moments even at a young age, right? And you continue to build off of it as you continue in his basketball career, and you're seeing that unfold, right? And just the confidence that he has. He talked about. I think that's the biggest thing, because you hear a lot of people who play the sport, and they always talk about having confidence in your shot. And when you watch Brunson, even on his off nights, he always has confidence, right? Even in where it's like, you just don't have it, but you need somebody who's going to have that, unwilling confidence that's not afraid of the big moments. And we've seen that since he's been here. We've seen that even in his last year in Dallas. And it has just been, I guess, like good. It's just the goods for him at this point, right? It's just transpired into, a successful career. And so him working off of that moment into this point, it just continues to help him, man, up into and it'll continue to help him even in the postseason. We've seen that. So
yeah,
confidence is just what you see in this guy.
Yeah, somebody on the chat on the YouTube side said he actually remembered the moment and spit it out vividly. I thought that's very impressive as well, man. The greats, they have that kind of like photographic memory, man. They don't forget.
Well, it's like those moments, right? It's like any part on like your journey. I'm sure if we asked you what part of your media journey, like, did you know, or like you had it, or it was like that you got that confidence, or it was like that first aha moment for you, right? Sure, everybody remembers that moment for whatever craft that their passion is. And for him, man, in this case, it's, for basketball, that's it right there. How can you forget it, man? It's those small moments, and the small moments that you have that they continue to build up, create the person that he is today, or for anybody. So
yeah,
look at him go.
Good points. Shout out to, got some more super chat. Little Yaz, appreciate you, man. Salute. Gerson Rodriguez says he says, who says, oh my God, the Atlanta fans every time he drops a bucket. Be thankful. I don't know, Gerson, we appreciate you, man. We're not clowning the guy, man. This is Carl Anthony Towns' attorney. We appreciate the super chat, man. We do rock with the bodega, man. I think Knicks Fix was cracking a joke, when he does say, oh my God, it's very audible. You can hear it every game on the mics. It's funny. We all laugh because we can relate. We hear him saying that all the time. So yeah, that's okay. That's all right, man. We're not saying we're not thankful for the guy, man. We appreciate the super chat, man. Call back anytime, man. Salute. Okay. Who else we got here, Al? Let's go. Salute to, who is this? Okay, Cecil. Oh, Cecil McCathern. That's my guy, C Mac. That's my guy, C Mac, the cable guy. Shout out to C Mac. He says in his super chat, good win, a lot tougher than it should have been. Hope you enjoyed and taking advantage of the gift. Shout out to C Mac, the cable guy. Says, P.S. I'm open for business. There you go, Al. C-Mac the cable guy. Letting the people know you got to holler at him. All right? I've been catching up on all the joints, man. That lioness is ferocious, man. I'm telling you right now. The lioness is on point. Shout out to C-Mac the cable guy for holding us down. Al, we got to get you one of those over the All-Star break, man. What else are you going to do, man? There's no hoops. You know, you and the wife got to catch up, man. Catch up on some, on some joints, you know?
Yeah, man. Look, I need to. If anyone's got some show recommendations,
yeah,
you know, all ears.
Yeah, C-Mac, reach out to Alex, man. Send Alex a DM on the gram, or hit me up. I'll connect you guys on the three-way DMs. We got to get Alex one of those joints, man. We got to get him powered up. Shout out to C-Mac, the cable guy, for sure. Okay.
I think about when I hear the cable guy, I just think about Jim Carrey's the cable guy.
Yeah. C-Mac, the cable guy, man. That lioness is ferocious. Absolutely, man. I've been asking the people for recommendations. They've been recommending The Night Agent. You know, we did give The Night Agent a shot maybe a couple months ago on Netflix. First episode of the first season. I think I turned it off. I wasn't really rocking with it. But a lot of people, when I asked for recommendations, a lot of people put The Night Agent up there. So I think I'm going to circle back to that one, man.
Night Agent?
Yeah, Night Agent. Circle back to The Night Agent.
Have you checked out Severance yet?
Not yet. That's on the list. I got to check that out, man. We got to support our guy Ben Stiller. We got to support Stiller, and we'll get to it. We'll get to Severance as well. Jay from the Lou was asking, are we going to do a show Saturday or Sunday? All-Star? Maybe Sunday. What do you think? Sunday? Yeah. Maybe you do a little recap. Do a little Oh, is it your birthday or wife's birthday?
No, I didn't say birthday. I said that's the right day.
Okay, I'm hearing things. I'm getting old, man. You gotta speak up a little bit. I'm sorry.
I'm tired, man.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
People always like to clown on me saying that I'm tired. My eyes are closing. Today is the day where I feel like I need to be like Tom from Tom and Jerry, put some toothpicks in the eyelids to keep them open.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, I definitely got me in an old man power nap. I sure did.
God bless.
Yeah, it's getting me through, man. I took a little. What time did I go down at? I took a little like 3:45 to like 4:25 joint because I had to jump on a bleacher at 5 o'clock, so I had to power up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
See, man, that's what I need.
Yeah.
But I'll say this: got two cats, right?
Okay.
One of them likes to wake us up at 5 a.m. to eat.
Oh man.
Screaming her head off. So
what? You don't leave the food out in the thing?
Look, man, they got food. They got enough food.
Wow.
Actually, they said that she's overweight, so.
Oh, so she's eating a little too much. You got to put her on portion control.
We have now put her on portion control. She's like, oh, wait a minute.
Wow.
I don't like this.
Wow. Damn. If I had a cat wake me up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Bro, let me tell you something.
Out of there. Yeah, out of there. Yeah, sorry.
Felt like it could have been like, I'm sure you used to watch the Flintstones and where you'd see Fred put the cat out at night in the intro or the outro, whatever it was.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like doing it, man. But next thing I know, I'm going to be the one outside. Like, wait, well, hold on 1 second. How'd this happen?
And then what happened on Flintstones? What happened at the end of the Flintstones intro? Did Dino pick Fred up and put him outside? Was that what happened? I forgot what happened on the intro.
No, it was a cat. They had like the saber-toothed cat that was always out there. That's what it was.
Saber-toothed cat.
Someone saying my cat's on the Luca diet.
Yo, 100. 100. The kids these days, they don't know about the old school joints of Flintstones, man. You get your life lessons. Nowadays, the kid cartoons is just bright lights and babble, just sensory overload. Just sensory overload, man. Screaming and yelling and all this thing, man. I'm like, yo, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Can't even sit down and catch a
dialogue.
Yeah, can't even sit down and catch a lesson, man. And when Garfield and Odie was spitting the facts back and forth to each other, and Dave, you know?
I'm still angry that you put Skibbity Toilet out there.
Oh, yeah.
I was
canceled.
happily oblivious to that section of the world.
It's just bright lights, screaming, yelling, high pitch. It's crazy with today's kids, what they putting in front of them, man.
Good Lord, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even know what it was. I was like, because like if you go on Max, you'll see like
Yeah.
some of these cartoons that are out there. I'm just like,
Wait.
what? I like sometimes I'm like bored because after what was it? After we were talking about, I think someone tweeted at us. I forget who it is, and I'm sorry I can't remember your at, but someone was like, "Has Alex ever seen the Batman animated series?" I was like, "Of course I've seen the Batman animated series." So I started watching the Batman animated series on Max because they're all there. Next thing I know, they're like giving me recommendations for all these Cartoon Network things. And I'm like, "What's this?" I'm like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah.
I don't even know what the show is. Started for a second, I was like, "Get this thing off, man."
Yeah.
It is too much screaming, too much flashing lights. I'm getting a headache. Shut it off. Went to bed.
Yeah. It's just different, man. Different day, man. Back in my day, I should get home from school. Batman animated series should come on around like 4 or 4:30 on Fox 5. You know what I'm saying? You get it. Bust down a little cereal. You know, you might pop in like a little Eggo, a little Elio's joint, a little Elio's pizza, a little extra crispy. Chop it up in threes, you know, and just watch, man. What's going on, Batman? The Joker's up to no good. What's going on? Like 4 to 4:30. You know what I mean? That's right before you do your homework. Like you
gotta chill out, man.
You gotta chill.
out.
You gotta chill for a little bit once
cool
you get back
out.
from
You gotta
school. Cool
watch
out.
the cartoons.
Yeah.
It's a little cartoon appetizer, man. Before you know, you do your homework and then you finish the day.
Then you finish out the day. You know what I mean? Real cartoons. But anyway, man, it's a good segment. Good dialogue. Constructive conversation. Zach on the Discord. Go ahead, Zach. Close us out.
Yeah, to end, apropos, just to say, oh my God, as a way to close out the night. No, but I do appreciate the little, after school cartoon special.
Yeah.
That was definitely something that I remember. Popping in those square Elios into the toaster oven.
Yeah. Extra crispy. Extra crispy.
With that little brown on the top.
That's it. That's it, man. Yeah. Even though I live on the West Coast now, I mean, that's just an East Coast special right there. Of course.
So I appreciate that. It was an interesting evening, right? We started off real strong. The last 6 minutes of the second half, we collapsed. In the first half, excuse me. We just, went from 18 points to an 8-point lead. Although I'm, offensively, that little push shot that Precious has worked on, it's kind of hard apropos.
Yeah.
It's interesting. He worked on that little push shot, which has worked for him. And I'm appreciating that. Although our defense, holy cow, man. Oh my God.
Yeah.
We are just that drop every time, leaving open the three. Then we try to break out on the three, and then we have a completely open lane. It's killing us.
Yeah, I agree, man. I'll chalk this one up because this one was like brutal. I'll just chalk it up. Hey, they were ready to get.
They were tired. No, they were tired. They were
ready.
They were 100%,
man. So
and then, but I want to say one thing though about the Mikal Bridges haters. This dude is focusing on D right now without OG. Like the man needs to focus on D because we have no perimeter defense, which is going to take away from his offensive game. It's just inevitable.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And on a night when, Brunson and Towns had it, the defense was much more important. You put up 149 points. Like, they had more than enough offense. Precious was in his bag, as you said. And that was nice. It's good to see Precious kind of gaining that confidence offensively as well because, teams, as they try to zero in on Brunson and Towns, Precious and Hart are going to be left open. And so, it was good to see Precious's hustle and that push shot. Like you said, that little push shot, that's a nice little go-to move.
Yeah, and then the last thing, you know how Kendrick Perkins was calling him Big Body Brunson?
Yeah.
Nah, it's Big Bucket Brunson.
Because
he comes up with
Brunson.
He comes in with those big buckets, at the end of the game all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. In Brunson, I trust, man. Captain Clutch, man. That's why I call him
Captain Clutch, man. The man takes over the game.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. So to you, man, hey, man, enjoy the All-Star break. We'll still be here, man. So if you want to, chop it up with your boys, man, we here, man.
Oh, for sure. I just hope you guys can come out for those 2 in a row. I messed up the other night. It's 6th and the 7th, not the 8th and the 9th.
6th and the 7th. Okay. Are you going
Come
to be
out
headed
to
to
LA.
San Fran?
I'm going to both games.
Okay.
I'm going
you're
to
going to
both
both.
of them.
Have
So
you,
I'll chop it up after I'm done seeing them.
Okay. Have you been to the new Clippers joint yet?
Yeah, I've been to Intuit. It's an interesting stadium, man. It's full on facial recognition. Like you can't do anything without your cell phone. You can't even buy a condiment without your cell phone.
Wow. Full-blown Matrix they got going on in there.
Full blown. Even when you walk in, they greet you with your face.
Oh my God! Welcome back.
Yeah, it's an interesting experience. They literally greet you.
That's crazy. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'd like to check it out, man.
Yeah, come on out.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to, guys. See you guys out here in LA.
Okay. All right, stay up, man.
Yep, be good. You guys are the best. The truth. Appreciate you, KFTV.
Yes, sir. Zach on the Discord, Al. All right, good show, man. I thought we had a good session. You had to. Everybody was kind of feeling the cardiac vibes, man. And so, once you survive that, you kind of have to, you got to tell the survivor story. Like, I can't believe I just watched that. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the emotions out. Then when you settle in and you say, you know what? You focus on the positives. But you can't just overlook the fact that this could have been an outright disaster. That's who we are as fans, man.
Man, I mean, you go all across socials. You can go anywhere. You can go Reddit, X. I'm sure if you post on Instagram, Facebook. Yeah. Everyone was feeling that tension, man. I mean, this game looked like it was in the bag. It looks like we were just going to cruise to victory, walk away, have a nice, maybe easy post game. Still chop it up, still have the jokes, talk about the old TV shows. See people just flooding the chat with old TV shows now.
Yeah.
But look, man, you thought it was going to be that type of way, and then instead, now we got to talk about why we're frustrated. You know what I mean? So, it happens, man. And this team is that. We should be, I won't say used to it, but not surprised. This team likes to do that this season, where it's like, oh, look, nice, easy. Oh, no. So I tweeted, hello, Dr. Smile Fred, man.
Yeah.
Well, Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. Shout out to Jamaica Queens, 22, says, oh, my God, man, it's New York. Anybody can catch jokes when you live there. Anybody, man. Anybody's game. Man. So, all right, Al, we'll catch up, man.
Gotta have thick skin.
Got to, man. All right, man, we'll catch up. Enjoy the time. Salute to the replay gang once again. Salute to all the mods. Remember that the show's available in audio podcast format. No reason to miss it. We got another Bleacher Report show coming on Friday. My guy Caleb Silver is gonna come through. We're gonna take a little interesting approach to All-Star and even the playoffs, man. We're gonna break this down from a dollars and cents standpoint and really top it up on the business of basketball. So I'm looking forward to that show. He just hit me up today. And we're going to schedule that for this Friday's Bleacher Report. Whole team Dot, Damian Dotson coming through the show next Wednesday. Whole team Dot will be coming through to the number one show for the fans by the fans. He'll be making his KFTV debut. So listen, man, hey, no basketball, but you guys know that the show don't end over here. Number one show for the fans by the fans. We're going to be keeping it rocking with some interesting content. Just tap in with your squad, man. So, Al, have a good one. We out of here, man.
I know that first question for Dot.
Yeah.
What was it like practicing with Frank Ntilikina?
Oh, man. We got to get it right to it. Right to it, man. All right, man. We out of here. Peace.